Okay, greetings and welcome back. We are going to have our last meeting with the raider boss. Then we're going to go around and explore outside of Nuka World. As you may have noticed, this is a long video. But to be honest with you, we look at a lot of stuff. So, we do a lot today. And very little of it is settlement work. So, if you're not the kind of person who likes settlement work, hey, enjoy this one. Because there isn't going to be settlement work.
Boss.
I mean, I'm not going to say there isn't any settlement work because, well, you'll see. But there's very little of it. It's mostly going to be exploring Nuka World. Or at least the outskirts of it. But first we have to do our last little meet and greet. And to be honest with you, this is the most distasteful one.
Watch yourself, boss, because we sure will be.
Run this place, not some little greenie Gage dragged in.
We're giving him a second chance. Gage screws this up, he knows we'll skin him alive. So shut up and be patient.
What about you, big guy? Nothing to say on the matter?
As long as she doesn't get in my way. Don't much care.
Yeah, figured as much.
Both of you just get out of here. And make sure the others get the message.
Don't look like much to me. You want to talk? Talk to Nisha.
Hey there. So, you're Gage's little pet project.
Watch it, lady. I'm no one's pet.
Really? Gage made Coulter, and now here you are. I'm just calling it as I see it. Everyone knows we all wanted Coulter dead. Of course, if I had my way, it would have been a slow, painful process. But whatever. Let's get this meet and greet over with. I'm Nisha. I lead the Disciples. We've only got one rule around here, and that's keeping the peace of this alliance. Otherwise, the way we see it, this world stopped caring about rules the moment people started dropping bombs on one another.
I bet you guys are great at parties.
Side with us, you'll soon find out. Just don't slack off when it comes to actually doing your job. We got Coulter Nuka Town, and suddenly he forgot the big picture. We both know how that turned out. Although I could give him a little credit. He built the gauntlet, after all. Of course, it was total shit at first. No imagination. But we spiced it up a bit.
How many lives has this gauntlet claimed?
Who's counting? It's at least enough to keep the traders busy. We like to send them in to clean out the bodies whenever things get ripe in there. They don't always make it out alive, of course. The gauntlet never sleeps.
Hey, I thought it was pretty impressive.
Good to see the new boss at least has some taste. I might let you keep that head on your shoulders after all. Let's just hope Gage is right about you. He made a lot of promises to get us here, and never followed through. So you better not screw this up, because I'm not about to tolerate another round of bullshit.
I'm gonna do things my way, whether you approve or not.
Oh yeah? I just have a few things for you to consider before you go off and do things your way. You see, the Disciples don't make empty threats. We make good on them. We aren't swayed by caps like those spoiled brats obsessed with their hair, or those savage animals who can't behave in public. Fuck this up, and I will kill you. Although, I admit I have even better plans for Gage. But, if you support us and keep your promises like a good little overboss, we back you. You get to live, and everybody wins.
I'll think about it.
Of course. Just remember to think about it like this. How much do you value your life? Then, when you realize just how much, there's no shortage of work around here. So, if you're looking to prove you've got what it takes, you know where to find me.
I am going to so enjoy putting a bullet between her eyes. Ugh.
Nisha really only has one
These
rule around
people
here.
are just the worst.
Don't get caught.
I mean, you know, like I said,
Always keep your
this
knife
is like
sharp.
a
No
whole
one likes
gang of Lizzies. And Dixie, I think, is the worst. I would put them all down. Well, because of the ending I'm going to choose, I will put them all down. But it's so tempting to just, as they're sitting there,
Things are
talking
boring as hell
tough,
since Nisha made us team
I'm
up.
standing here
I
in
ain't no
my
fan of playing nice with others.
hefty
You
power
may run
armor
Nuka
with
World,
my
but this is disciple territory.
complete arsenal at my back.
Bet Gage is happy
just
he
as
has
like-
a new ass to kiss.
How many
Not sure how.
shots from my shotgun would it take to just completely obliterate
All
you?
that time in front of a mirror, and the operators still don't know they look like fools. Bless their little hearts.
If you haven't heard it, listen to this one.
Hey, Ruth. Sammy just came back with this girl Dixie and brought the best news ever. She said she comes from a place where we'll be safe and protected called Nuka World. Finally. I am so tired of trying to live out here on our own, dealing with raiders and finding food and just surviving. We're packing up to leave, and we're out of here. I wanted to leave this message for you.
Killing
It's
beats,
awfully
stealing
sweet of
things.
y'all to welcome a stranger
Nothing
into your
beats
home.
that.
You've no idea how happy we are that we ran into you.
Not as happy as I am.
What are you doing? Wait, I thought you were here to... Ah! Kate! Run!
Sam, no! What have you done?
Oh, don't worry, honey. I never get
Going
to
to hell all
Lovebirds
the
Park.
time. We could at least be
No! No!
That went well. What's this? I think I'll keep you as my little souvenir.
Yeah, I just completely unredeemable people. I mean, there's actually a mod that lets you recruit Dixie as a settler. And oh my gosh. I would recruit Dixie, send her to a settlement all by herself, and just, no. It's that way madness lies. It's just, they're just awful people
Best
here.
thing
They
about
really
wearing
are.
a mask, I'd have
I
it to
mean,
look
not
like
that
I can't
any of the
keep talking.
raiders are great people, but I think the worst is this group here.
Sure, we carry guns, but knives where it's at. It's not fun unless you're up close and personal.
Yeah, they're just completely irredeemable. Come in here with just a whole series of mini nukes and just
Damn Nuka-Cola
get
songs
the
stuck in
entire
my head.
interior of this place. Just,
The last one died too fast. I'm losing my touch.
ooh, Nuka-Cola Wild. It's just, they're awful. In a world of awful, these are even worse.
Hope we get more gauntlet runners soon. Need some excitement around here.
Just, ugh. They're whining because
Hope we get more gauntlet runners
they
soon.
can't go around and kill
Some
more people.
excitement around here.
I mean, this is an entire crew of psychopaths. I mean, you know, the pack, it's one thing, but these people, it's just... These are people who just kill to kill.
Nisha really only has
No
one.
way. Even if I played the evil raider playthrough in this, I wouldn't let this group survive. I wouldn't.
Apologist crazies? Just ignore them. Told those freaks to stick to their camp.
I can leave the pack. I can leave the operators. These people, no, they need to go. They really do. It's just awful. They're awful, awful, awful
That
people.
last one died too fast. Losing my touch.
Alright. So we've done the most distasteful of these meet and greets, so now we're gonna head out and see what there is to see. And this is such a welcome change from Far Harbor. Look, sun. Clear skies. Maybe even a little bit of a heat haze. As the Ferris wheel slowly reassembles itself. Here we have bus stops. You can wait for a bus. You can throw away all your junk. How exciting. Now, if you remember me mentioning about the Nuka World Glory, which is the mod that cleans up Nuka World, these are the things that apparently give the mod fits. Because they just delete these entire buildings. So when they delete the entire building, things like the funnel cake and this cash register are left behind. Now, after thinking about it a little bit, I think it's quite possible that the reason why they have to get rid of the whole building is that big pile of trash there in the corner probably is part of the building, and they can't get rid of it separately. You know, like how the ground tiles, the plants sticking up through the ground are actually part of the tile. Or the building at Egret Tours Marina. The way the ceiling of the second floor has collapsed down. That's the same building scattered all across the Commonwealth. And that's just the way that building is designed. You can't fix it because it's a single unit. So you can't delete a part of it and fix it. You can try to cover it over, but you can't repair it because that's the way the entire building was designed. And it's possible that these little things here, it's the same way. They were designed that way. The entire building, it's just a single unit. I can't tell because I can't go into workshop mode out here without a mod. So, you know, that's how it goes. Now, there are mods that would let me come out here and rebuild stuff. Turn it into a veritable settlement. And in one playthrough, I actually did do that around the pond there at the main Nuka World section. It was, but since it was never actually designed to do that, it only sort of works. So, I mean, you know, sometimes these extra mods are great, sometimes they're great in theory. You know, it's like that video series, Unintended Consequences. They did it with the best of intentions. But yeah, sometimes the best of intentions just doesn't quite work. Yeah. go ahead and look. Oh, I'm looking to see, and I don't have the Gauss rifle with me right now, which is a bummer. It would have been nice to have had the Gauss rifle with me right now, but I don't. They make really nice long-distance killing machines, but I didn't bring mine with me, so that's not going to do me any good now. Ooh, jangles. And stuff. And out the door we go. That's kind of floating there, isn't it? Oh well. Okay, this little thing up here will always be staffed. There will always be somebody here. Oh, look, a road sign that looks suspiciously just like the road sign we saw in Far Harbor, except this one's red, not green. And it's showing where Cambridge is. That's the only word I can actually make out. Yeah, up there is Gunner base. And if you're sneaky, you can get an entire set of XO1 power armor up there. But you have to be sneaky. Otherwise you can get a whole bunch of XO1 power armor parts. Yeah, I don't know if this is doing the best possible. But I have lots of ammo for this weapon, so... And I don't have to reload, so I can just sit here looking through the scope and taking pot shots at him for as long as I want to. Yeah, that's what happens when my thumb slipped. Actually getting close enough to... And he's gone! Alright! And eventually they will replace the turrets that are now smoking. He must have been shooting at somebody else. They took out his turrets. But I don't know who it was he was shooting at, because it was the other direction. And I come looking down here. See, I'm looking for corpse to loot, forgetting that I shot him with the laser rifle and that there is no corpse, there's just a pile of ash. And then I remember that there's a pile of ash, so I go there and I get a chameleon leather armor piece that I will probably never ever use. Standard. Okay, so there's a turret that we've destroyed. I guess that's the base it was sitting on. And I looked down and didn't realize that that was lootable, so now I have to go back up again. And so back up again we go, and we can loot it. So we loot it, and we're good. Now, we have passed one of the parks, and now we're coming up to the other, or to the second of the parks. Now, I will go ahead and take Porter through the World of Refreshment. I will not take him through Kitty Kingdom, which was the first one, simply because the sprayers are spraying radiation all over the place, and I mean, for me in my power armor it's no big deal, but it's not good for your companion to go through that. I'm not going to take him through the Galactic Zone because I want to sneak through that, and I'm not going to be able to sneak through that with Gauge in tow. But I can take him through the bottling plant, the World of Refreshment. I can take him through the Animal Kingdom. This is going to be... This isn't wild razor grain, it's actual razor grain. Once upon a time, there was a settlement here of some sort. because they've planted actual razor green. And there's an actual mute fruit tree. Not a wild mute fruit tree, a mute fruit tree. Not a plant. Nuka World Red Rocket. This is actually one of the bigger ones, which will be really handy, as it's the only one you get. I'll have to look. There's got to be a mod that lets you take over the Hubologist camp after they leave. I don't think I wanted to do this. I'm pretty sure I didn't want to do this. Yeah. I was trying to get something that's behind the power armor, and the game wouldn't trigger on it. It made me... So we'll go this way. Alright, I got it. Now, there's this. And we got more stuff. So we'll go ahead and raid the stuff that's here. Lots of chems, some food, stuff. Trash can. And clearly this place was set up differently than the other ones, because usually a lot of times this is set up as an office, but here it was clearly set up as a waiting area for the customers who are getting their vehicles serviced, which makes sense. Although it'd be nice if they had a restroom. Every time you return to this area, if you leave and you come back, there will be some sort of fight going on up here. There will always be two different factions fighting each other. Always. It's very annoying. And here it's gunners and I think it's operators. So you've got gunners and operators busy shooting at each other. Sometimes it'll be one of the gangs and super mutants. And if you go ahead and you kill all the gangs, you don't actually kill all the gangs, you just run them out of Nuka World. So there's still gangs, and they'll just roam around and you'll catch them here, there, and everywhere. See, right now, the gangs won't shoot at me. The gunners will, but the gangs won't. So, kind of sitting there waiting for somebody to do something, but we'll go around the other way and come up on it that way. Maybe I'll see what they're shooting at. One of my people, supposedly. There. Not all of them, though. I don't see anybody up there, so we'll sneak around. What have you got? You've got an automatic combat rifle. How exciting. I guess I decided not to pick it up. I should have at least picked it up just to see what it's got on it. That was dumb. And a gunner lieutenant. And I go through and I pick up the combat armor parts.
Tell me when you decide to fight back. How'd you think that was gonna end?
Alright, so we got the last one. Gunner lieutenant. And pick up more of the... Oh, look. And weirdly enough, you come back here, there'll be a camera and beer bottles. They keep bringing cameras and beer bottles back here. I don't know why. Take pictures of themselves drinking in the disgusting hot tub. Yeah, that's another thing. They won't talk to you unless you actively talk to them first. Trying to get the baseballs out of the bin. Did it let me take the hoe? I think it would let me take the hoe. I don't remember though. Yeah, it does. I don't care though. Come on. I like the way the bin moved, but the ball didn't inside. Alright, now we oh, it's an automatic combat rifle, so it's not even what I'm looking for. I'm looking for just a combat rifle. I'm looking for the handmade rifles you guys are supposed to be carrying around. What's the deal? Cheating me out of it. Fusion cells, that's always good. Alright, we'll round up a few more pieces of armor. Some more ammo. And now I'm carrying too much. Yeah, and the same thing happens here at this table too. It's just like... it's a source of silly stuff. If you want it, it comes back. Anything? Oh, okay. Okay. Ooh, jangles.
Hey.
Never did get why Coulter brought in 3 gangs to claim Nuka World. I mean, he had us. Don't need the rest.
So it's the usual arrogant gang banter. Okay, I don't see anything up here worth getting, so let's just get out of here. Alright, I'm overburdened. And I don't own the red rocket yet. What I can do is there is a ice machine off to the side. So we'll take that stuff out and we'll stash this armor stuff. Mainly because I don't really care, but you know, chances are if I was to actually use it, I would use it at people living here at the Red Rocket Settlement, so we'll just unload it all here. It'll either be there next time, or it won't. It doesn't matter. I'm not going to use it for me. And here we go. Back into our journeys. Bright blue something. Maybe that car used to be bright blue. I believe that's the cat place. Just a building filled with cats. Now, somewhere over in this direction is another repetitive remains, for lack of a better word. We are in the outskirts of the town of Bradburton. And I guess you'd call this the Church of the Flaming Sword. This supposedly has something to do with a game. Another game that I didn't play. You light the fire and the stim packs fall down. You take the sword and more stim packs fall down. Here's a couple more. Burnt book. And seats arranged as if it was a theater of sorts. Ooh, silk beans. Silk beans are useful for making certain types of foods. And we have a building here. Do I go in this building? Oh, more silk beans. Do I go in the building here? Beaver blossoms? I do go in the building here. I don't know that I find a whole lot. There's a rib cage. Ooh. And fancy lead snack cakes. Okay, so we have fancy lead snack cakes now. A noodle cup. A desk light that's actually lit. Go figure. And we run upstairs real quick. And this I should try to remember this because it shows exactly how you would do a bathroom in these upstairs units. See, there's plenty of room for a shower, a toilet, and a sink, even with the door in the middle. I should use this as my model. It's a one square, and it works. Although finding walls that you can use with these buildings is kind of tough. Although really the only time it matters is at the whatever hills, Fairline Hill. Yeah, the Fairline Hill settlement. It's the only, well, I take that back. It's not the only one. I think the house at the lighthouse is very similar to this too. But basically, you don't often get these in a settlement. Now, it's over here, I guess. Let's get out of the Bradburton area proper, and you come over to these even more beat up houses. What you'll find is a death claw, and you'll find a bunch of pack members that failed to kill the death claw. So it's a challenge, and they all fail miserably at it. Some guy thinking he can claim the alpha status of the pack, and he takes a bunch of his buddies out, and they fail at killing the death claw. This would have been a good time to have my the Gauss rifle would have been nice, but ooh, that's enhanced combat armor right leg. Wow. But ooh, pre-war lamp. Out here in the open, it's actually works pretty well. You've got room to retreat while you're busy plugging away at the death claw. And in my case, I managed to wander inside the remains of a little house, and for some reason the death claw didn't seem to want to go in there. So that was good. Some broken light bulbs. Yeah, I mean, it's not like there's anything really valuable up here. But since I am not connected to all my scrap in the Commonwealth, I need to... When you're here, you have to scrap all over again. So you collect up all the scrap you can manage to find and haul it back to Fizztop Mountain. But see, here's the thing. I've got a coffee tin, and I seem to recall seeing a espresso tin too, so I didn't keep either one of those separate. So who knows what I've ended up doing with them. But now if we look around, I don't know how long. Oh, here we go. Here's the corpses. The test. That's what they go out to do. But as you can see, there's some ammo. Here's another pack automatic rifle, so that will be good for parts maybe. Although the honest thing is, what I end up doing is just collecting up a lot of... I end up scrapping them all because there's nothing unique or useful in any of them. that's okay because the rifles scrapped down actual corn. Not wild corn, corn. So, you know, obviously people were here cultivating this stuff. So I'm sitting here and I'm seeing the sun going down and I'm thinking, yeah, we're getting kind of close to the end of a day. So I go ahead and I was pretty sure I had gotten the tag marker for the World of Refreshment, so 7 o'clock, yeah, we're going to head back. Now, one of the problems here, and
the overboss returns. Well, you're back in one piece. That's a good sign. Everything all peachy with our friendly neighborhood psychopaths? Sure hope you didn't promise them too much. I mean, going a little over the top is part of the game, but you don't want them holding it against you if you can't deliver.
They'll do what they're told. And that's all that matters.
Oh boy, okay. Time to roll up your sleeves, boss. There's work to be done. This place is huge. Divided up into sections. Parks, whatever the hell they called them back in the day. We need to take them all back. One at a time. Every section we secure gives us a little more breathing room and more resources. You stake a claim, plant a little flag for one of the gangs, and that settles it. It's theirs for good. Who gets what, that'll be your call. Whoever you hand it off to will appreciate it, but the others might get a little jealous. You know how it goes.
Plant a flag. Are you serious?
Dead serious. Look, you leave it up to anyone else, the gangs will all just fight over who deserves the space. A lot of these idiots can't read, so it needs to be as plain as day for them to get on board. They know what to watch for. So that's it. Nice and simple, right? Take a minute. Settle in if you want. And then let's get to it. And hey, we're in this together, so I might as well go all in. You want me watching your back? You just say the word.
Tag along if you want. Might learn a thing or two.
Oh, now this I gotta see.
okay, wasn't exactly planning on having him join me, but yeah, whatever. We've done what we've done. So, now we go back in here. You see all the little things tagging up. And now we're back here. And this is not the best idea. Some of it doesn't matter, but I forgot that just because I dumped it in the weapons workbench doesn't mean I can work on it in the weapons workbench. I have to take it out of the weapons workbench to work on it. Yeah, see, that was just silly too. Look at that idiot on the radio. Guess I fast forward through some of this stuff because you don't really want to sit here and spend the whole time watching me empty my pockets. And I'm going through and putting all this stuff in the refrigerator, and then it occurs to me that, wait a second, the stuff I might actually want to cook, it would be better if I didn't put it in the refrigerator, but maybe if I just put it in the stove, or the cooking station as it were. So we get all that stuff back out, and we go over to this cooking stove next to it, And we start dumping the stuff in there. I don't really need to be carrying Deathclaw meat and iguana bits all over Nuka World. And yet? Okay, a few more things. And we'll put the rest of it back in the fridge, which makes sense. Wine, whiskey, sugar bombs, all the Nuka-Cola, pre-war food. And let's face it, those Nuka-Colas can weigh a guy down. Weigh a gal down. Alright.
Hey. What's up, boss?
They set themselves on fire right then and there.
More than happy to hold all the expensive stuff.
Yeah, I watched rewatching a video that reminded me that Gage sells stuff.
Need something from me?
How do I get him to sell me stuff?
Look alive, Gage.
What's up, boss?
That's how I get him to sell
Hey,
me
got any
stuff.
gear for sale?
Sure, boss. Take a look.
Alright, so he's got some ammunition. And he's got a sniper rifle with a scope. Well, that's one of the things I'm looking for. And 254 caps is a lot better than 8,000. So, still doesn't get me my suppressor, but it puts me one step closer anyway. Let's go ahead and pick up some ammunition while I'm at it too, since I went out and expended a fair chunk of it. Yeah, that's the big one. Yeah, let's grab some of that too, because I used up a bit of it. Shotgun shells. Yeah, because I don't have a... I'm not overwhelmed with shotgun shells right now. And we need to make that number smaller, because I really don't need 239 stim packs. So I can sell sell 75 stim packs. It still leaves me with 164 stim packs, so I think I can deal with that. And then it occurs to me that in there, and then get out of the armor because I can't work on a weapon while I'm in the armor. And then I recall that I can't store weapons in there, I have to get them out. Okay, here we go. Operator sniper rifle. Well, a long sniper barrel. Well, that's something I can't build on my own, so in a short scope, I can make a medium scope, or I can just take this short scope off and use it. Now we've got a short scope, so that's helpful. And I'm going to grab this. And we're just going to start scrapping these because there's not really anything on them worth keeping. So I'm going to look through them first. Large magazine is nice, but I've got a large magazine for my one weapon, so that's good enough. So we'll just start scrapping them, because the screws were necessary. Go back to this. Take its barrel off. Put it onto mine. Oh, great. Egret Tours Marina is under attack. So I can't just end my night quietly here. I have to go back to the Commonwealth to fight off whatever's attacking Egret Tours. Egret Tours. Yes, I've seen that. You can go away now. Let's see, one of the things I need is, I was looking and I needed oil. So, we have to go back here to where my stuff is. And, although you didn't have to put up with it, I did. Because when you leave that interior cell and go back out to this part, you go into one of the largest cells. I mean, it's basically all of the outside, which is just a lot of stuff. I mean, it doesn't take as long as it does to load Boston, but boy, it sure seems close. Anyways, I'm looking for stuff with oil because my more powerful receiver needs oil. So we go back here and we load a cell again. And then we come over here. And pull us out. And we make powerful receiver, which at least, if nothing else, makes it a decent weapon. Gives us some reasonable range. So it's now a doable weapon. And if I can manage to make multiple hits in the same target one after the other, it does more damage each time I hit. Which is why it's really good as an automatic weapon. Because you just start unloading and just everything increases, the damage increases exponentially as you go along. Alright. So, is it time to start jumping? It's time to start jumping. We jump back to the transit station, and now we jump down to Egret Tours Marina, where we get put right in the middle of the battle. Be careful that you're only shooting gunners. I'm still carrying too much stuff.
Guess my good karma's paying off.
That's the problem. It's dark. I don't know if I'm...
Hey,
You showed up just in the nick of time.
I was glad to help out.
I can't argue with your timing. Who knows what would have happened to us if you hadn't been here. Anyway, we appreciate the help.
Okie dokie, so we've done this.
You hear about the
Huzzah.
farm run by ghouls? Isn't that something?
So let's go ahead and loot the bodies. Yeah, we're in a settlement, so I'm just taking it all. I'll dump it all in the workshop here. We won't worry about it later. Yeah, I was thinking there was some stuff over here. Yep, there's one. Anybody else over here? Here anywhere? Yes, no, maybe? No? Alright. Yep, got you. Okay. Looking around. And there's my ghoul kid. Why are you here, ghoul kid?
Let's trade some things.
He's got pajamas. I'll leave you in what you're wearing now. It makes more sense. Alright, let's empty this stuff out. Oh man. I just picked up so much stuff. And mostly this. And now we look and we try to get rid of another... There we go. We're properly weighted now.
Looks like we could hunker down here if you want, boss.
Yes, we'll hunker down here. And, food's good, defense good. Okay, everything seems to be okay. Kids are in bed. Why are you there? Why are you there? Seriously. Why are you there? And why are you here? What's in here? Okay, we got somebody's not assigned there. Aye. Another bald woman. What is it with the bald-headed women? Is it the radiation? And we're... It's my cool guy. Don't know why he's just standing there either. Why aren't you assigned anything? I assigned you to the school. It's frustrating. Somebody's there. Okay, see, it says you should be there. Why aren't you there? And the one's desk is empty again. Is it the guy that's standing there? Is that why you won't go back? I'll be honest with you. There is a part of me that's thinking of sending the ghoul and this ghoul child, just going ahead and sending them to this log. Because that's where they would be anyway. It might be easier. But for now, we're going to call it a night. Thanks for watching. Watch out for Death Claws. I'll see you in the next episode. Bye now.